Hey everybody, welcome to this playthrough of Bannerlord. Everyone's been so pumped for this for so long. I've already got like 10, 15 hours on Bannerlord, and it's really fun. So I'm really happy. I used to stream Warband and Fire and Sword, forever ago. Like, I started streaming these when Twitch TV was a new website, I believe. So, wow, it's been a while. I used to stream Fire and Sword back before... God, it might have been an old version back when Fire and Sword didn't even have the greenery landscape yet. That's weird to think. Anyway, we're going to be playing this on, like, all the realistic difficulty stuff, so the difficulty's basically going to be the highest. Except we're going to have death turned off, because I feel like that's a very integral part of Mountain Blade, is being able to fail and go all the way to the bottom and get kidnapped, and then have to, like, build your way back up, because you still have some of your money, and you still have your stats, you know? So we're gonna paint a beautiful story of a man who's probably gonna get kidnapped 100 times and one day become the king of his own kingdom. I'm really pumped. I know you guys have been pumped. You guys have been asking me nonstop to do this, and I've been excited. The game has only been out for like a week, so it's probably gonna be really buggy still, but we'll see. And I haven't had any glitches yet, which apparently I've heard I'm very lucky on that. I haven't had any glitches, and I haven't had any performance issues, because I have this on a solid-state drive, and everyone complains about load times. The load times are actually pretty fast for me. All right, it's time. So, this is something already a huge upgrade over how it used to be. When you look at the cultures, they actually just tell you what the bonuses are and everything when you're creating your character. You don't need to go on the wiki anymore. Oh, I'm never going to remember these names, though. I'm still getting used to these names, because this is supposed to take place 200 years before Warband. Which is weird, because it doesn't feel like the landscape is the same place as Warband. Maybe I'm just seeing it wrong. I don't know. Okay, so what bonus do I want here? 200, or 20% more upgrade experience to troops from battles. That's good. Not required. Less speed penalty for snow. I don't think I'm going to spend enough time in the snow to warrant that. 20% construction speed bonus to town projects, wall repairs, and siege engines. That's only good if... yeah, that's only good if I have a town, and for a lot of the game, I'm probably not going to have one. Caravans are cheaper to build, and less trade penalty will be good literally the entire game, because I'm always going to be trading and making money through that. I quite like the merchant play style. I like that they just tell you what each one does. I know, right? I wish there was music on this menu. Extra speed bonus for horsemen on campaign map is nice, but I'm not always going to have a cavalry heavy enough army to warrant that. And then forests give less speed detriment. That's still really not that big. I think I'm just going to go caravans. Yeah, I like the trade penalty. The lowered trade penalty, and then the caravans you can make some real money off of. They cost a lot up front, and they tend to take a week or two to get profitable, but they can be good money, so we're gonna go with that. All right. Do we recreate the classic character? I guess. I guess we have to, right? Just quickly throw together. Oh my god, it zooms in so hard on that. For anyone who doesn't know, like 8 years ago, when I used to stream Fire and Sword, we created the amazing character of Hernandez Punchdick. I don't remember the origin of the name, but you notice there's a guy in the chat right now called Hernandez Punchdick. And, yeah, he's named after that incredibly old meme. So, let's just... I think it was under hair. You can do both beard and hair. Yeah. So his hair was something horrifically disheveled, if I remember right. What are the styles I can go for? Something like that might work. He was looking a little more disheveled than that. He was looking something like that. He looked a little bit Jesus, but more homeless than Jesus. You know? That's looking pretty accurate to him. It was really just the hair. And I think he had small eyes, if I remember right, too. If I, eye size. That makes a very, 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 very small difference. But let's not worry about this stuff too much right now, because we can always change this later. You can actually change this at any time. There's just there's a hotkey for that. Jeff from Dead by Daylight. Oh, sorry, I played a little bit of Dead by Daylight. It's not really my game, you know? Anyway, let's not worry about this stuff too much. We can always change that later if we want to. What matters is our stats. Why is there no music playing right now? I could have sworn there was supposed to be music in this part of the game. It's weird. Okay, so this is determining our starting stats, but also it's determining our starting focus points, which is actually really important. You get a focus point, I think it's every level up or almost every level up, and they determine how quickly you can build different skills. And this will make more sense later, but you'll know what I mean later. This will make a lot more sense in the future. So we're born into a family of, and we're picking different things here of where do we start with extra skill points and focus points. What are options here? So that's throwing, endurance, and riding. Those are nice. Pole arms and riding and vigor. That's pretty nice if we just need like pure military. That's charm, social, trade. That's tempting. I'm not huge into athletics, to be honest. I tend to like to be on horseback, although athletics does have good bonuses in this game. And one-handed weapons. I mean, one-handed never hurts. Oh, I forgot to bring up my thing that makes it so I can see when people subscribe. Sorry about that. Thanks for that Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that. Scouting and bow is nice. I wouldn't mind specializing in bow. The problem is we can hire people to take care of scouting pretty easily for us. And then roguery, which we're probably not going to get much levels in because you pretty much just need to like waylay people all the time, and that's not really my thing. I think I'm going to go with urban merchants. I like the charm, I like the social, I like the trade. So we're born to a family of merchants. Early childhood, what were we noted for? Ooh, tactics and leadership is very tempting because that is going to be good no matter what because it's combat stuff, it's leading troops. Two-handed and throwing. Okay, here we go. Trade and engineering isn't bad. Engineering, we're probably going to hire a guy as an engineer. We're probably not going to be our own team's engineer, but the trade would be nice. Okay, here we go. This is social, which would help in general. It would give us more charm, and it would give us leadership, and leadership is really nice to have points in. And points with horses is good. I don't know if I need the medicine skill. I'll probably hire someone for that, but the riding skill and the endurance is nice, because endurance also helps with smithing, and we'll definitely do at least some smithing. I think I'm going to do my way with people is what we're known for. Charm, leadership, social. That's good. We're probably not going to start with very much combat aptitude. We're going to have to learn that the hard way. We're starting with some money-making skills, because I really like that. Crossbow, I learned my fucking lesson on crossbows, at least this early in the game. You don't start with a crossbow, and to buy a crossbow is like 21,000 gold in this game. It's ridiculous. So don't start with crossbow skill. I learned that lesson. Tactics is nice, though, and control isn't bad. Roguery, cunning. Cunning's okay, because it also helps with tactics. And then one-handed is fine. Athletics and smithing and a point of vigor. Normally I wouldn't go for that because I don't really care about athletics when I want riding, but the point of smithing is really nice, and the point of vigor is good because we're going to need some melee skill. Vigor is all your melee moves, control is all your ranged moves. So we definitely want some control and vigor, you know? Throne is stupidly powerful, is it? Why is your beard so damn dry? Someone doesn't know how to read my name. That happens so much. For the record, my beard isn't dry. I have beard oil right here. And right here. I take care of my beard. Merchants is very tempting once again, because we'd have really high social, another focus point in trade, another focus point in charm, and you know what? Charm's kind of hard to do. Ooh, but the leadership, engineering, a point in intelligence, though, isn't a bad idea, because I want to get my stewardship up at some point. That's like governing a town, as well as being a quartermaster, which we're probably going to be our own quartermaster. Caring for horses is straight up stewardship skill and riding and endurance. Okay, yeah, I want caring for horses. We worked in the stable because, you know what, those are surprisingly good stats. That's our early point of riding, so we can start learning how to ride a horse well. And stewardship, so we can be the quartermaster. I like that. It's a weird path to go for a merchant's kid, but you know what? It's going to work out. Oh, we're getting fat as we're getting older. What? His friend told him his bread is dry as I crawl, nobody knows why. Nope, that is not even remotely the origin story of my username. Why does this always happen? People try to tell other people the origin of my username, which is public information, and everyone always gets it wrong. It's so weird. Okay, bow skill is nice. Intelligence is really nice. I don't know if I need the engineering. To be honest, you don't really need engineering as long as you have one guy in your team who can do engineering, because he'll be your engineer. It's a clan role. Riding and bow and endurance is all nice, though. Endurance is more smithing. It's another point of riding. And bow, that's finally a weapon skill. We have no weapon skills. Infantry is one-handed and polearm, both of which I'm probably going to use at some point. And a point of vigor, so that's just hardcore into physical combat. Skirmishers is bow, control, and throwing. I like this more, scouts, because, yeah, the control's a little lower, so I'm not going to be as good total with the bow. But the riding and the smithing is more important to me. I'm going to say we rode with the scouts when we were a youngster growing up. I'm really liking how this character's turning out so far. All right. Before we set up for Life of Adventure, our biggest achievement was we defeated an enemy in battle. That's pure melee combat stuff. Okay. I'm probably not going to use a two-handed weapon that much. I'm more of a polearm or one-handed kind of guy. I like lances a lot, you know? I thought MTB hated bows. When have I ever hated bows? What? Why does everyone have misconceptions about me today? Okay. Right, cunning. Cunning is always good. Tactics, I really want a point in tactics, to be honest. A point in leadership is really nice, too. So I might say lead a caravan. Weirdly enough, lead a caravan doesn't help with trade. Invested money in a workshop does, then. That makes sense. And it gives you a point of smithing. Shit, that's good. 1 point of calculating. I don't actually know what that does. I've never heard of that. And then a little bit of starting renown. I don't really care about starting renown, but the skill points and the focus points in smithing and trade are really good. Hold on, didn't you host MasterChef last year? Yep, you got it. I hosted MasterChef last year. When people see you in public, do they want to pet your beard? I don't know. I rarely go out. I just work all day. And I work from home, so. Okay, endurance, athletics, roguery, treated people well. Social is good. Charm, I don't really need a third level of charm this early. Plus 1 point to mercy, generosity, and honor, I wouldn't mind. And then stewardship. Another focus point in stewardship would be nice. I don't think I need it immediately, though. Better at... If I remember right, calculating gets you better prices at merchants. Oh, that's tempting. That's really tempting, then. More accurate merchant pricing, like knowing the rumors of the... knowing trade rumors more accurately is valuable. It's either that or lead a caravan, because lead a caravan is leadership and tactics and cunning, which is all really good. You know what? I think I'm going to go lead a caravan, because it's still a point in calculating, and we do need to be able to lead troops, and tactics and leadership are the skills for that. Okay, like many families, life was upended by war. Your parents were slain, your 2 younger siblings seized, but you and your brother survived because... I think this is the last bonus we take. How did us and our brother survive? Subdued a raider is vigor, athletics, and one-handed. Drove them off with arrows is another point in control and bow. And tactics, that's a good one. Rode off fast on your horse is endurance and riding. And scouting. We're going to hire a scout. Not ashamed to say I rewatched Nancy Drew, and I'm currently watching the Pokemon Randomizer. I'm happy that you like those series, because I really like those too. The Nancy Drew one is one of the funniest things we've ever done. Cunning tactics, and roguery. The roguery we're probably never going to be very good at because we're not a bandit, but the tactics is good and the cunning is good. The cunning I really just want for tactics, though, so maybe I shouldn't invest too much in that. Do you use any products in your beard? Beard oil, and beard shampoo, and a boar hair brush to even it out, make it look nice, and I taught myself how to groom a beard really well. I do a lot of stuff to it. Organize travelers to break out. This is leadership, charm, and social, which is, again, really tempting because we would have seriously high leadership. And leadership is a really solid trait. That's tempting, but draw them off with arrows. Because our combat isn't good, and this also gets us tactics. We need to have some kind of passable combat skill. You know what? I'm going to say you should have at least a 2 in a combat skill from the beginning. That's probably just safe, so that you have a lot of headroom with a weapon if you're stuck at a low level for a long time. So I'm going to go with, we drove them off with arrows. We'll take that control. We'll take the bow. We'll take the tactics. I like that. Enter your name. We are, does it even fit? Hernandez Punch Dick. It's almost Punch Duck. Oh, is that not a valid name? It doesn't let me hit next. Is that kind of like crash the game? Does it have to be one word? Wow, really? Can it have no spaces in the word? Or is it a character limit? It's not a character limit. You can't have a space in your name. You pick your last name later. Oh! I didn't know you do that. Okay, we're just Hernandez then, I guess. Thank you for letting me know. Because it just says enter name. I figured it's like just your full name. Okay. I like this backstory. That's pretty good. Wish there was music going on right now. Okay. Hardest difficulty for everything is realistic. Yeah. So we're putting everything to realistic. So speed, recruitment difficulty, player damage received, friendly party, realistic damage received, friendly troops. Yeah, so friendly fire exists. I'm not enabling death because that is not really how Mountain Blade is. That's kind of like a hardcore mode. Although we are doing Iron Man. We're not save scumming. And although I allocate clan member perks, God, no. I'm doing that manually. I gotta be careful, right? We're playing on basically the hardest mode that's not permadeath. This guy was great when it came to socializing as a kid, became a scout in the military, and less a caravan. His parents died, but because he and his brother survived by driving out the bandits with arrows. And the name of this legend is Hermandez? Did I accidentally type Hermandez, or was that your typo? Because it should be Hernandez. If it's Hermandez, that's an amazing typo, and I'm happy I made it. I was wrong. Calculating is part of your personality. Oh, okay. It's like honest. Okay. I'm fine with that then. You know how skills work in new MMB? Yes. For anyone asking, like, do I know how skills work and everything, just let them know that, yeah, I already have, like, 15 hours on this. And if they ask if I'm new to Mountain Blade, just let them know, like, he's played, like, 1,000 hours of old Mountain Blades. Okay. I don't want to do the tutorial. There's no reason. We're fine without it. I can just jump in and show you how the game works. You found the first banner piece. I think I just skipped an early quest because there's no point. A few hours after you leave the training ground, you come across a wounded man laying under a tree. You share your water with him and try to dress his wounds as best as you can. You can tell that he tells you that he's a traveling doctor. He thanks you for your help, hands you a small bronze artifact, which he says was once given him in payment by a warrior who only said it was related to Neretz's folly. I think it's pronounced. I don't know. Suspect it might be of great value. It's like your family name. Punch Dick. We're a really dignified clan, everybody. Oh, and we get to pick our clan symbol now. Okay. Right, because I'm skipping the tutorial. What's a cool-looking clan symbol we could have? So we're starting off in our robes and everything, by the way, because the culture we picked is kind of a little bit Turkish. A little bit... they're going for kind of like an Arab, Turkish, North African Silk Road trade route kind of feel. I think it's fair to say it's more based off Turkey than anything else. In fact, this is a Turkish video game, so that makes sense. But as for if the clan should be based off his culture or if the clan should be based off a show meme, I mean, that's always something to figure out. Now, I've always thought a scimitar on a black background looked badass as hell. I always thought that's pretty fucking cool. But is it too bland? You know, it's a little generic. Oh, don't you love that music that pops in every once in a while, by the way? Like the remixes and the redone versions of the old music. Oh, it's good. This kind of looks like a Tengiri logo, doesn't it? If you make it like, something like that looks Tengiri to me. I could do the Undertaker's old Ministry of Darkness logo. I could do like a Star of David kind of thing. Like it's like a knockoff Star of David. Is there a fist? Because, you know... Oh, you know what? Is there a fist? That's a good idea. Who said that? Emron. That's a good idea. Is there a fist? I don't think there is. Man, how can there... Oh, there's hands. Doesn't look that good, to be honest. Is there like a clenched fist I could do? Like... I'm from Ireland, by the way. Oh, that's cool. I like Ireland. I like Irish culture. I don't know about Irish government. I don't know anything about Irish government. That's a good point. Star David 6 point. You could probably make a really English-looking thing, couldn't you, if you wanted? There's no white background, really. Can you not have a... I guess they don't want it to look like Surrender. Okay. Use a bird? Ooh, because the flock. Yeah, I could use a bird. I gotta say, I kind of dig stuff like this. It's, I don't know. It looks a little bit Persian and yet a little bit German, like Prussian, old German, you know? Because it also looks a little bit Roman. You know, Rome-inspired a lot, you know? Actually, in fairness, this looks a little bit more East European, Central European. The two heads makes me think kind of Prussia, but Russia did something similar for a time as well. Yeah, this is very Roman, especially with the laurels on the side. I like that. Now this right here is very, to me, that strikes me as like Huns, you know? I'm getting a lot of nice beard comments today. Thank you, everybody. I'm happy that you like my beard. I spent a lot of time on it. I actually haven't groomed it really fully in a solid week or two, so I'm looking a little disheveled, sorry. I only see American. I don't know what you mean. Oh, a bird? Does the bird look American to you because, like, eagles? Because a lot of people are inspired by Rome, including the Americans. You know, the Senate is based off that. The two-headed is more Austrian. I can see that, yeah. So does anyone have a strong opinion on what our banner should be? Because I think we keep it the whole game. I think this is something we can't change later, and I hate that I'm taking so long to go into the gameplay. I'm sure on YouTube I'll put in a time code if people want to just skip to that. Is there an undertow or a mint? See, these are good references that I wish everybody knew. I'm not... Some of these bird designs are pretty great. I like that one. I just wish I had more detail to it. Like, I like how these have a lot of detail. Like, I like how sinister this one looks. You know, that looks imposing. And us wearing the black and having the black shield and the black logo with that, like, that's an intimidating force right there. I kind of like that. I think I'll go with this. Yeah. I like that. It looks like he hasn't slept in a while. Our eagle? I think it's an eagle. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of angry-ass bird. You know, his pose looks like the Drakes in Monster Hunter. Doesn't it? So I'm an old man. I'm 27. I grew up with Dragon Warrior. Sorry, I said Monster Hunter. I meant Dragon Quest. Sorry, when I was growing up in Canada, it was called Dragon Warrior. But in Japan, it was called Dragon Quest. And nowadays, it's just called Dragon Quest globally. What I mean to say is that his pose and his disheveledness reminds me of Drake's from Dragon Warrior when I was growing up. Because I'm an old 27-year-old. How big do I want this? I'm kind of digging that size. How does that look on the shield? It's a little off-center, but it's okay. All right, I like this. We look pretty fucking intimidating. We're in the game! Clan Punch Dick rides again. Okay, what have we got? So it's just us. That's fine. Let's investigate. Okay, we have 2 grain for food. Okay, it's just cheap food. We'll lock it so that we don't go accidentally selling it. We only have an inventory capacity of 30, and we're already using up 20, because we probably need pack animals. We're basically just wearing, you know, a merchant's robes. It's not armor. It's just not armor at all. We have a stumper horse, which is a civilian horse. This is not a combat horse. Yeah, he's got some real weak armor. We have a hunting bow and some arrows and just a typical sword. We are a merchant. We are just a merchant. You think cats are cute? That is incorrect. You know cats are cute. Please don't say Dragon Warrior MDB. You're reminding me I'm old. Hey, if you played it too, I could just start singing the songs from it and you would feel so fucking old. Start doing the sound effects, start doing the song from the castle at the beginning of the game where you have to make your saves at the king, you know? You remember that? But thou must! I love that game. It wasn't great, but man, it's the granddaddy of console RPGs, isn't it? Okay, and then last, we're gonna look at our skills real quick. Just remind ourselves, what are our level caps? So we have a couple points we can spend here, okay? So you see how in the top, where next to our name, there's a big dot. That's letting us know that we have things to spend. So what do we have? We have 1 free focus point, and we have these little shields with the 1s. That means there's skill points we can get. So this is how the skill system works in this game. Super cool. Your face. I'm gonna guess you meant like or hate. So thank you or fuck you, depending. Oh my god, I like your face. I like your face too. It's a bold proclamation because I haven't seen you. But you know what? I'm a bold man. Okay, I'm rambling. So every single skill in the game has this big skill tree of perks, which is so fucking exciting to me. I love perk-based level systems in games. So every time that there's 2 vertically above each other, you're picking between them. Your character can only get 1 of them. You could potentially get all the way to the final perk level of every single thing, though. Potentially. Assuming there's not like a max level, you could probably do it. You'll see, though, that there's these green areas, right? So that's our learning limit. So, like, our learning limit here is 20. If we hit our limit, then we can get points beyond that, but at an incredibly reduced learning rate. That is how fast you get experience in it. So if we look at bow, how to learn. Shoot enemies with a bow and arrows, performing difficult shots from long range. So crazy trick shots you do are worth extra experience. We're learning at a massive learning rate, 7.64 times. So we're getting tons of extra experience. We're going to level up in bows much quicker than normal. And the more focus points we have in it, and the more control we have, the higher the learning rate is going to be, with a maximum of 10, and it will go down as we near our limit. So our limit is really good right now. Our limit is 80, which means we could get 3 perks. So right now, we can just take 10% more accuracy with bows for taking marksman. There's no reason not to take perks as soon as you can. Love the jacket. Thank you. This was custom made for me by my boy at Luca Jackets. Right. Companion cavalry we can get for high tactics. This is really good. So, command simulated battles, which, by the way, simulated battles are pretty strong. I'm sure they'll rebalance it eventually. The game's only been out for like a week. But the simulated battles actually have a low death percent, so that's good. We do need a doctor early, though. So, right. Win battles against difficult odds and escaping from encounters by sacrificing troops if necessary. So, not only is it the perks you get, but if you click the little eye here, just having tactics or whatever your skill is also gives you something. So we have a advantage in simulating and decreased sacrifice troop numbers when trying to get away for having high tactics. The higher we get, the better. So level 1 is companion cavalry. I love how historical all these are. Like, this was an old Alexander the Great thing, the companion cavalry. Cavalry attacks cause 10% more morale loss because they're fighting in groups. So that's to simulate that. We cause more morale drops with cavalry, which is something that cavalry is really good at. Your Steam notifications are off? Yeah, I don't have them on screen right now. But thank you for the, Jesus, 25-month resub. I hope that showed up in the chat. I don't know. I have a new way of showing it. I didn't forget anything. I have them off intentionally. I feel like it looks cluttered and ugly.